said it wasn't a win enough.
Right? For the third time in the last 5 games. Before that game, considering the kind of stubbornness that Burnley had played against the big teams, the people were thinking that, okay, maybe this is the time for Arsenal to have a blip. But the way Arsenal approached this game, started the game as if they were playing at home, and now they have formed the habit of sending home fans home from their games early. Way early against West Ham. We know that about 20,000 fans left the stadium by the second half. By 68th minute, a lot of Burnley fans we are seen going home in that game. I don't know. There are so many talking points, so many things to say. I know we're talking about Arsenal in the beginning, Ugum. We talked about not having a striker. I remember there's been a debate on this forum. Some people have come on this forum and they have said if Arsenal don't sign a striker, people like Jude, that if Arsenal don't sign a striker, they cannot win. They don't have a chance. But in 5 games, scoring 21 goals in 5 games, I don't know if you can go wrong with it. If Arsenal doesn't win the league this season, I don't think anybody will say that it's because they don't have an established striker in their fold. What did you make about that game, Ugum? What was the? I know there are so many things to talk about. I don't know if you have seen my 6 things you may not notice in that game, the 6 points that I mentioned, but I don't know which one. If you have anything to add to that.
Yeah, well, I think you pretty much covered it in the podcast after the game. I thought Arsenal were incredible. They fired on all cylinders from Odegaard. Scoring early, I think scoring early makes such a difference against teams like Burnley. Teams to play more defensively than offensively. If you're able to get an early goal against them, it seemed like the same set of players that we roundly condemned and roundly were very impatient with earlier in the season that couldn't buy a goal from nowhere have all started putting the ball in the net. Not the least being Bukayo Saka, who has proved himself over and over, proven himself to be an incredibly effective weapon for Arsenal. The records that young man has set at his age, he's just about 24, and has scored over 50 goals for Arsenal. He registered so many goal involvements in so many games. He's just crazy. He's super, super efficient, and what a weapon that Arsenal have. And I've been wondering, with the new way that Arsenal is playing with Trossard interchanging so seamlessly with Havertz, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know whether Jesus will automatically find his way back on this team. In the EPL, maybe there may be changes playing against Porto because we're playing against the European side. But back in the EPL, I know that Arteta, being who he is, likely will start the same team that's been winning games so comprehensively. So, credit to the team from defense to attack. We've talked about David Raya and the fact that nobody mentions David Raya anymore. When a goalkeeper is not being mentioned, just like when a referee is not being mentioned in a game, you don't notice that there's a referee, then that referee needs to be given a bonus after the game because it means they've done their job. Being a project manager, I always liken a referee to a project manager. Your job is to make sure that the project goes from top to bottom, and the moment they start noticing
anything go
much, that there's something wrong. Yeah, the moment they start noticing that you're there a lot, then there's something wrong. But when the project is going, everybody's doing their job.
They say you don't have a job. It looks like you're not important.
Yes, it looks like you're not important. So, yeah, that's the hallmark of what we've seen with David Raya. He is snuffing out, like Arteta said, snuffing out things before they materialize. Keeping the team moving, keeping the ball moving, everything ticking, and the team is performing at a very high level, and we're all happy for it.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Choba, can you look at the absentees in the Arsenal squad? Before now, the talk was the squad is not deep enough to compete. They are a good team, but after the first 11, that Arsenal does not have, it's not strong in the bench. Liverpool is small, has a deeper squad. City has a deeper squad. But let me run you through absentees in the Arsenal squad in the last 2 or 3 months. You have
It's
Gabriel
me.
Jesus, you have Tomiyasu, you have Thomas Partey forever, you have Zinchenko has not played in the last 3 or 4 weeks. During Timber was going to be the Messiah this season defensively, has not been playing. Fabio Vieira has not played
Yeah.
almost all season, and this team is firing, scoring 21 in 5. What do you make about these players coming back? Thomas Partey we hear is on the field. Jesus should be back this week or next week, and of course Vieira as well is on the grass right now. Tomiyasu, we know he's not injured; he just wasn't available because of his travel to the Asian Cup. Now he's available. Do you think this is an advantage
Mhm.
position for us now, and probably give them an edge to push both on the Champions League and the EPL Championship?
Do you see the smile I have on my face?
Sure.
I'm smiling so big because for like how many seasons people would always want to get us down on, when a team lacks depth, when a team lacks squad depth. Do you know that Man City, they have Team B, Team C, Team D, all of that? And that time my chest would be paining me. I'd be like, hey, God, when is it our time and our turn? I'm telling you, like, we now have squad depth 2.0. Okay. The fact that we're talking Thomas Partey has been moving, as in, he's been missing for like how many months now?
Up to
And we're like,
up to
we
5
can
months.
breathe. Do you remember what happened to us last season? It
Yeah,
was part of the gist
yeah,
now.
Partey and
They
Saliba.
were saying Saliba was missing behind. Then people were giving us the say Charlie is missing in the middle, just that kind of something. Did we struggle? Oh my days, we struggled. And we paid the price last season. Okay. Now look at this Arsenal squad. Okay. I mean, what are they saying? If they try to talk too much, we'll throw Smith Rowe in their face. Whatever we want to do now, we
Jorginho
can
will come in and do his
on
thing.
one area. Yes, whatever we want. See, we can do whatever we want to do. Why? Because we have finally found the depth that we've been searching for. Now, they can say the ones playing and scoring 21 goals are the team A. I don't even care what alphabets they carry. But this is a depth that I've always wanted for Arsenal. And I love it. And now, imagine when Partey comes back and Jurgen Timber comes back. That's the time to show off now, because EPL is on Wednesday, so anything can happen. So if we want to tweak whatever playbook we have, or Arteta wants to do anything or play around, I mean, that would be a very good day to show off, by the way. But I don't know if he really wants to risk it. So I'm just saying, I feel like we have the club, the team depth that we've been looking for. And there's something I want to talk about, It's a joke, it's a very bad joke, yeah. So you know how when we went to West Ham and we threw their fans away after we scored goals, like they started going home, and then Burnley fans started going home, yeah. So I think all those fans together have moved to the Arsenal Women's League because it's getting hot. I think last week the Women's League had the highest attendance, about 60,000 something.
Yeah, they brought the record.
Yeah, so however they want to do it, we're very happy for their support. They want to support and move to the Women's League. We love it. At least Chelsea survived last season from their Women's League. That was what held them together, even United. So we're happy if Burnley fans and West Ham fans would join the Women's League and see how business is done. So this is a very bad joke. I'm so sorry if you're a Burnley fan or you're a West Ham fan. I love you, but we're just talking business now. So that's it. So I'm very excited.
Ugu, let me touch base with you. I want to ask you a question. Does Zinchenko come back, or are you going to stick with Kivio?
I would say there's a reason that we have a squad. Even when a team is winning, you may still need to make some changes depending on who you're facing as an opponent. I think Kivio has been very solid. I think Kivio definitely deserves to come, to keep playing more, having more game time. But if we are facing certain opponents, I will not be angry. I will not criticize the coach if he decides to use Zinchenko for certain games. For example, I don't know who we are facing next in the EPL, but if we're playing against Porto, based on what I've seen with Kivio, I'll keep Kivio in the side, right? So yes, my first instinct, my first option is yes, let's keep Kivio in the side to give him confidence, because with each passing game he has improved more and more. But if the coach decides to follow a different strategy depending on the opponent's strength, I will not be opposed to that.
Yeah, our next game is against at home to Newcastle. I hear you and I agree with what you say. For me, I don't care who we are facing. I don't care what we need to do to win our next games. I think Kivio stays for me. Right now, we are the business end of the season. This is a time you don't give opponent any chance, because once you go behind, it's difficult to come back at this point of the season. Teams are fighting relegation. Teams are fighting for the title. Teams are fighting for the Champions League. Progress. So defensively, Arsenal has been solid. The guy, there were so many actions that he did yesterday that I said, no, this is a proper defender. And like you said, for confidence boosting, I don't know what else anybody can do to keep his place in a team. So for what he has done so far, I don't think, and going forward, he's doing bits as well. So for me, I think he should return his place. Zinchenko, I'm a proper fan of Zinchenko, but for the team, Kivio keeps his place for me, except he starts to tire out, and whatever you want to do, you can tweak it after you take out Kivio, if you have to, if you really have to take him out. So I think having people like him as well in the defense also helps the front player. They don't have to do much of covering. Martinelli doesn't have to be running 50 yards to come and cover Zinchenko as he normally does. So he can now focus on his job up front and get the business done. So I've been very, very impressed both with Arteta and with Kivio, the chance he has given the young man. And he has repaid it. He has really given some very fantastic performances in the games that were played so far. Who has seen the new William Saliba? Saliba is touted to be a Rolls Royce of a defender, because he nicks the ball off you, dribbles past you, and calmly passes to the midfield. But since after Liverpool, I now see Saliba make some 40-yard clearances consistently, and I'm like. Like people say, I always say, and I know I always say that Arteta doesn't repeat his mistakes. I think that culture has gone into the team. Saliba has
I was about to say that.
Repeat his mistake. And Choma, you guys liking this new nonsense Saliba, or do you want your Rolls Royce back?
I mean, it's come on. Come on.
Well, I haven't noticed a lot of long clearances. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, and I'll definitely pay attention more on that from now. What I know, I've noticed, and I still see week in, week out, is that two center backs are gifts. They are super consistent, playing at the highest of levels. They don't give you a sniff, and they use the ball so efficiently. So even the game against Burnley and the game before Burnley game, the West Ham game, I saw Saliba make a couple of runs from the defense to the front, right at the top of the 18-yard box of West Ham. I'm like, man, what is going on here? And those two runs he could have continued. He just had to kind of stop, because I guess the team were surprised that he got there, and at that point they didn't quite know what to do to make more progress. I'm sure that if they were in tune, they probably he would have continued into the 18 chance to score. So The team, yes, I'm really enjoying watching us now. It's the stuff that memories are made of. After watching the game, when you go to bed and you're reliving all the plays in your head, they are so hard to forget. So, so
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
I would say I would look more at Saliba and see this thing that Regis is talking about.
Yeah. If you go and watch the game again, I was like, Saliba, when did this start? You could see him returning pressure back to which is I see people like Van Dijk do it, the defenders do it. It's something that he rarely does, but I saw him do it at least 3 times in the last game, in the beginning of the game, most especially. And I was like, okay, yeah, don't want to repeat your mistake because if you go and look at the goal against Liverpool, though it was an own goal, he started against Gabriel, but you could see that Saliba had a chance to get rid of that ball, but he tried to play the other way
Yeah.
and we got punished for it. Yeah, there are so many talking points in that game. Arsenal really is a joy to watch right now, both for their fans and anybody that loves beautiful football. Arteta has really revive the team. The team is flying all departments, the defensively, goal scoring, pressing, controlling games, and anyhow you want to look at it. And it's a good thing to have for anybody that loves football in England because, I mean, finally, if somebody is coming to support Liverpool to push City out of the equation. And this, kind of gives more respect and more credence to the league because it can be dominating proceedings week in, week out, year in, year out. So now there's really uh, sustainable uh, pressure on City to kind
Yes,
of
Aston Villa.
think about it again. It has been very easy for them in the last few years. If Liverpool is not doing anything, nobody else does
Mm,
anything. Now Pep Guardiola has to really work for his money, and that is good to see for anybody that loves football. I see so many fans of other clubs saying that they would love Arsenal to win the league because because it's gotten to that point where before they start to call EPL the Farmers League, he can win 5, 6 straight league titles. And the league is still seen as the best league in the world. That would be very hypothetical. So yeah, if we sit down here to talk about Arsenal, there are so many things to talk about. The team is doing well, and we
mm.
are happy. Like I said, the league table presently looks like it is, but some people are trying to sneak in. United seem to be finding their way back to the top, and Chelsea have a marriage with 10th position and they refuse to divorce. So whether they win, lose, play or no play, they are in and around the 10th position. So that is a recap for this weekend. As the weekend ends with Liverpool still being on top of the league table, 55 points. Arsenal 57 points, 2 points ahead of Arsenal on 55. City remain on 53, 2 points. They have a game in hand. I think it's against Brentford. And of course, the fourth position is Aston Villa on 49 points. The interesting part is Arsenal has closed down on the goal difference and even got ahead of City and the Liverpool in the goal difference. They had 36, as Liverpool has 35, and City is on 31. We see what happens in the coming weeks. In I think the end of 31st of March, Arsenal will play Manchester City. Before that time, City would have played Liverpool. So the next 4 games, if Arsenal continue what they are doing now and win the next 4 games, they could find themselves on top of the EPL table by the time they're meeting Manchester City, which will be an added motivation for them at the Etihad to get a result from that game. And we'll see what happens from there. The league table, the league title, the EPL, 13 games to go. We have 3 games to go into the running. And the next 4 games for Arsenal are winnable, though in EPL, nothing is guaranteed. Anybody can win anybody anywhere, away, home, or anywhere you play the game. So we see what happens from next week. We wish Arsenal good luck in the Champions League this week. This on Wednesday against Porto. We
On
hope that
Wednesday,
they
yeah.
continue with what they are doing in the league, in the Champions League. According to many, behind City and uh, what's his name, Real Madrid, Arsenal is on the same level with Inter Milan and Bayern Munich to win the Champions League, which is for me a huge compliment because a few years ago the team could not even qualify for Champions League, but talk less of winning it. First time after 7 years, and you're being put as third favorite to win the Champions League. That's a very huge compliment to Arteta and to the work he has done with his boys. Congratulations to the players of Arsenal for bringing the team back to, the echelon of football both in EPL and in Europe. We will come back and see what happens after that game. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so, our viewers, and hit the like button, share our content, and let us know what you think. I know you guys here, so we can see the last video, ask questions. What do you think about these talking points, especially for Arsenal, the new Saliba? Are you liking the clearances, the absentees? The Arsenal, these have been important players for Arsenal in the past couple of years. Tomiyasu, Thomas Partey, Gebreyesus, and Zinchenko. When they come back, do you see them? Do you think they should grab back their positions, or they should fight for those positions? What is your prediction? Arsenal and Liverpool, have they come ahead of City as favorite to win the league in your own record, or do you still think that City is still City's league title to lose this season? And guys, any parting words for our viewers before we close this one? Ugwum and Chama.
Let's keep going. We, as Arsenal fans, we are happy. We pray and hope the team continues on this trajectory. For fans of football, we're getting it every week as we go. Between now and the end of the season in May, we're enjoying all the leagues. So please stay tuned and make sure to share the content with as many people as share, even with your enemies. I'm sure they will love it.
Java,
Oh my God. Thank you so much to our viewers. I can't just help but, say a special friend. Thank you to them. Keep subscribing. Just like I think everything Ugwum said is what you have to do. Share it with everybody, your enemies, everybody needs to know about the channel. We're doing good work. And, thank you so much, Reggie, for having me. Although my eyes are actually like, yeah.
Yeah, Chama, we really appreciate you. This is almost midnight in Nigeria now. You still...
The grassroots football system in Nigeria wants to,
yeah, I know. I know. Thank you.
Do things to me.
Thank you very much. But, I really appreciate
it's very exciting. I really love being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And guys, we'll see you again. Of course, our next stop will be the Champions League midweek. We'll look at those games as they come and bring you our reactions.
I can't wait, by the way.
For you guys again. Chama, thank you very much. And bye for now. Ciao.
Bye.